Let's talk about the TikTok ban and the restoring of the TikTok ban. First, can we remember what happened in August the 6th, 2020, when Trump signed an executive order that would effectively ban use of TikTok in the US? Because the reality is that you cannot erase history, especially in the digital era, because archives exist, the internet exists. As we can acknowledge this, we can also acknowledge what happened in the past. Multiple realities can be true at the same time. But also be completely pissed that only in America can you buy stock for companies like Meta and them having the ability to lobby and set policies, aka living in an oligarchy. Now that we have the knowledge and research to make sense of this insanity, I guess, for so many people, honestly, it's okay to have speculations. It's okay to have different feelings about what happened, because it's kind of also like a collective event that happened and all of us went through it. There were a couple of takeaways that I got from TikTok and just coming to terms like, it's gonna get banned, so what do you do? The biggest takeaway from this experience, especially being on TikTok for about 4 years almost, is the amount of learning and community building that has happened on this app. This is what I mean by learning. A lot of the things and concepts like income inequality, class solidarity, unions, everything, just these are just examples, or even how your nervous system functions. A lot of people don't have access to this information unless they go to college. I like to think that people maybe started thinking a little bit more and reflecting on their critical thinking skills as well, and what it really means to think critically. Like, hey, let me just sit down right here and actually critically think about a situation and what my options are. Do I think that doom scrolling is good? No, I think that social media in general, it's not only TikTok. I'm thinking about Instagram, Reels. I'm not on Facebook or any of that stuff, but I would think it's the same thing. What I really liked about TikTok is that it didn't only push major creators. You had people like myself, people who have knowledge. I mean, in other places, like I have 3 degrees and I can talk about this stuff and people just completely discard me, like in real life. They usually think you're like, you think I'm better than you. I'm like, no, I'm just trying to share information. So, I paid all this money, I got all these scholarships, and I have all this knowledge, and I have the ability to research really fast as well. So I want to share with other people and collaborate. And I know a lot of other people that are the same way. They have this immense of creativity. They have this immense ability to store knowledge in their brain, and they want to share this information. And I found other people that are the same way. And that's building community. Ideas were starting to share. People were starting to think about things that they weren't connecting. I always say connecting the concepts to the pain, connecting the concept to the day-to-day basis, connecting the concepts to the trauma. That's a whole different video. So finally, what I really got from this experience is realizing that even outside of TikTok, I still have community. And I noticed that a lot of people did not have that. Their virtual spaces were still their community. So I want you have a community building skills. You have empathy now. You have compassion. Let's transfer that to the real life, even though real life kind of sucks sometimes. You're going to find these like-minded individuals or connect with these people. Meet them in real life. You seem to have good conversations with them online. Why not meet them in real life? Inform community and coalitions as well. Share the knowledge. That's so important. You should give back. Share the knowledge. If you have something, you understand something. I think digital spaces are a really good way to tap into a lot of places where people may be working too much, people of different socioeconomic statuses, younger people as well. And lastly, there's been a lot of research that social media has been changing our neurobiology. We need to be mindful of how technology is affecting our neurobiology. If you're having difficulty sleeping, you need to take measures to not be on your phone at a certain time. I turn off all of my notifications on all my apps, and I'm telling you, I see a huge benefit to doing that for sure. And have a life outside of social media. I think that's so important. You have the skills already. I know it's scary. Really a good book to read is Platonic, The Science of Attachment and Friendships. Really good book to read if you want to build friends and make coalitions and community. Building friends and building community and coalition takes effort, and you have to take those steps. The work that I do, I am a social worker slash mental health therapist. I know that nothing in the world is forever. So I knew this eventually was going to happen. I knew that eventually I was going to completely stop using social media because either I just will become really busy and stop posting, and yeah, it becomes what it is. So coming to the reality that nothing is forever. Things die. Things go away. And how do we transfer that to day to day? So moving towards transferring the skills, moving towards building coalition outside of digital spaces into day-to-day spaces. I hope I gave you something to think about today.